Right, so moving on from my Schedule 1 video that I uploaded a couple of days ago, we are going from drug dealing to drug taking, because in today's video we are talking about Coachella. Well, actually, the topic of conversation doesn't really have anything to do with drugs. In fact, it's more to do with, like, organisation, but I couldn't think of an organisation joke, so we're rolling with that, okay? But either way, it's that time of year again. Coachella is happening, and every year when Coachella comes around, there's always a lot of drama. In fact, this year is just no different. And actually, this year might be worse. I'm not sure, right? I'm not there, I can't tell. But the amount of, like, drama that I've seen come out of it, it's been more than usual. Now, we are going to look through a lot of TikTok videos from people who are currently at the festival and talking about their experience at the festival, but I do want to start by reading through some of the articles that have came out about this, because it'll give a broader idea of what's going on here. So here's an article on the New York Post, and the headline says, Coachella mayhem boils over as festival goers brave 12-hour lines and near record temperatures, in quotations, literal hell. The conditions were described by many attendees as being among the worst since the festival began in 1999, with some comparing this year's Coachella to the infamously botched Fyre festival and others demanding refunds before the first set has even been played. I made a joke earlier that I didn't know Fyre festival tickets were included in admission this year, but that's honestly how I feel, a Coachella ticket holder told Business Insider while waiting in his car on Thursday. I feel duped. People are peeing in cups, added the man, who arrived around 4:30 a.m. local time. Yeah, this will make a lot more sense later. The forecast high in Idaho on Friday was about 102 degrees Friday. Okay, so Fahrenheit. I know absolutely nothing about Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius? It's around 39 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, as you can imagine, as a British person, I don't really feel these temperatures very often. And in fact, the small amount of times I have felt these temperatures, it hasn't been in this country. Another TikTok creator at the festival claimed the event is understaffed this year. We had no one directing us once we got close to the campgrounds. I even saw a staff member get taken to a medical tent for dehydration. A couple of workers I spoke to were so disorientated and out of it, I was genuinely concerned. So yeah, what you'll quickly realize when we look through some of these videos is that a lot of the problems started right away, like before people even got into the grounds. Because the amount of time that people had to wait in these queues to get into the festival was ridiculous. I've seen some people saying like 9, 10, 11, 12 hours just waiting in a queue in the boiling hot. Now, obviously the heat can't be helped, right? But it clearly has been made worse by a lack of organisation, it seems. So let's actually start looking through some of these videos, right? So this first one is by a TikToker called Daily Musician Bullshit, who has uploaded a few videos talking about their experience like waiting in the queue and getting into the festival.
So we're on hour 8 of being in line for the fucking Coachella camping. If you haven't heard, it's a shit show this year. We can't drink water. We can't go pee. They won't let us into any of the restrooms. No bathrooms except for the staff, and the staff won't let us in.
Yeah, so this was one complaint that I've seen a lot, right? So obviously they're waiting in these queues for a ridiculous amount of hours in the boiling heat. Now the big problem here is, that I've seen a lot of people mention, is that you weren't able to go to the bathroom. Which, I mean, if you're waiting in a queue for like 10, 11, however many hours it is, you're gonna need to go to the bathroom at some point. So that's resulted in people being like, right, I'm not going to drink or eat because then I'll need to go to the bathroom and I can't do that.
We haven't eaten since I ate 4 donuts at 3 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
That's it. I've drank 1 thing of water in
I haven't
8
even
hours.
finished my water.
Can't finish the water. Can't do anything but sit here in the fucking... Our car is overheating. My phone has overheated twice.
My camera doesn't work on my car. How am I supposed to...
Yeah, so as you'll also hear throughout these videos, a lot of people got there around like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, you know, in the early morning. And I believe that's because in previous years, like the doors usually open around them times. So people thought they could get in straight away, find a spot, set up camp, all that stuff. But I guess this year it was different. There's people saying that there's like a different team running it this year, or at least running the camping side of it. So maybe that's the reason for the change. But I guess the doors didn't open till around 9 a.m. instead. In fact, this same TikToker, Daily Musician Bullshit, also posted a couple more videos. There was this one here saying cars were breaking down constantly from idling and overheating. She shows this video of a car like having to be pushed away. We then see another video that says, update, after 12 hours we made it. Which all I can say is, for me personally, right, it's a preference thing, but I just personally would rather not go if I have to wait and miss out a whole day's worth waiting in a queue for 12 hours. It just doesn't seem worth it. I'd rather just not go. I mean, I don't go to festivals, not for this reason in particular, unpopular for many different reasons, right? It's just not really my vibe, but I mean, yeah, this waiting in boiling heat for 12 hours to even get into the festival, that'd be enough for me to turn around and be like, you know what, I've changed my mind. There's also plenty more videos like this one from a TikToker called Julie, who showed this video that says, took us 9 hours to get in just to get stuck in another line inside. Yeah, so I believe this is once to get past security, right? So they waited 9 hours to get to security, I believe. They obviously got their car checks, which we will get to later. A lot of people saying, like, the security wasn't really checking people's cars all that much, but once it got past security, you then have to wait another queue to actually get in still. Here's a video uploaded by a TikToker called Karima? I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But it's another example of someone waiting a long time in the queue and also saying that people's cars aren't really getting checked all that much.
He even checked our car, like barely, didn't have to take anything out. He just checked us and that was it. And then on our 7th hour, we finally pull into our spot and it took us a total of 7 hours and 5 minutes.
Which, I mean, look, at the time, while you're waiting in the queue for a long time, you're probably quite happy that you're not having to take everything out of your car and put it back in just to be checked and whatnot, and that's probably the reason why the staff didn't do it, I guess, right? Because it's taken so long, they're in the boiling heat or whatever. But, I mean, it's pretty worrying, isn't it? Now, moving on to what I believe is the most viewed video that I've seen, kind of talking about this, like, Coachella disaster, if you want to call it that. It's a video uploaded by Liz here, who uploaded a video that has 2.7 million views. And at the time of recording this video, Liz says that she's been waiting in this queue for 10 hours and she hasn't even got through security yet.
Coachella, what the hell are you doing? We have been stuck in line for nearly 10 hours. We showed up here for camping at 3 in the morning and got in line. It's almost 1 p.m. right now. We still haven't even gone through security, and everyone around us has been here for just the same amount of time.
And then also goes on to talk about the problems that this is causing.
It's 100 degrees outside. People's cars are overheating. They're running out of gas. There are no bathrooms anywhere for us to use. There's staff porta potties people are being denied access to. People who've been waiting there in their car for 10 plus hours. People have literally been using the bathroom behind bushes like animals, and they paid like over $600 to be here.
Yeah, I mean, look, right, like I said before, like, obviously the heat can't be helped. Obviously there might be some lack of organisation in terms of the speed that people are getting through queues, but how on earth are people not even, like, allowed to go and use the toilets while they're waiting in the queue for 10 hours? That makes no sense to me. Like, not only should people be able to use the toilets, you would think, like, waters would be handed out or something, but it doesn't really seem like any of that happened. But either way, Liz ends this video by saying that the whole experience has been really disappointing.
This whole experience has been so disappointing, and it's been extremely dehumanizing. People are pissed, the news is here, people are fighting and cutting each other in line. Someone in my group got sideswept being cut in line, and another woman literally got hit by a car because she was trying to block them from cutting in front of her. This is a complete shit show. I don't know what Coachella is going to do to fix this, but it better be big.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a guess, I would assume that they're probably not going to do anything to fix it. They're going to put, like, the act on, right, and people are going to see their favourite artists, and I'm sure that'll be the thing that most people will talk about. So yeah, if I had to guess, I would assume that they wouldn't do anything about it, but yeah, it was clearly a bit of a shit show, especially at the beginning here. Now, moving past the queue, right, let's talk about some of the stuff that has happened since people actually got into the festival. So there's a video uploaded here from a TikToker called Kayla, who goes on to talk about how the vibe just isn't that great at the festival, and that's mainly because of the lack of organisation. Like, they paid extra to get these flushing toilets. No one knows where they are.
Now we're just trying to find the flushable toilets that come with our site, and no one knows where they are. Like, no one knows. I'm not gonna lie, the morale is pretty low right now. I've asked like 12 different people where the flushable toilets are. No answer.
And then goes on to say that she hates to be the one, like, complaining, but it's really unorganized.
I hate to be a complaining ass bitch, and I've tried to be positive this whole time, but it is fucking crazy how unorganized this place is. There are no workers in sight, and the ones that I do get a hold of can't even tell me where the fucking toilets are at all. And it's like, okay, first world problems, but you know, you pay a lot of money. And me especially, like, that was one of the pros to this, like, new powered car camping site, was having flushable toilets, and I don't know where they are. It also doesn't help that we literally were waiting in lines for 7 hours. And literally in the past, I've driven in, no problem. Coachella's literally giving Fyre Fest this year, like, what?
And then finally, another thing that I've seen a lot in videos talking about Coachella is the, snakes at the campsites. Like, there's this video here uploaded by a TikToker called Ivana, who uploaded this video. I mean, it says, snakes at Coachella camp.
Go, go, go. Oh my god,
You
you guys a snake.
Yeah, again, as a British person, this might seem a bit crazier to me than it would to someone who maybe lives in a place that does just have snakes and they're quite regular to see. But yeah, I mean, if I was at a festival or like my friends were at a festival and there was like a snake going around, we'd probably shit ourselves, I can't lie. There's another video here uploaded by a TikToker called Joshua, who again shows a snake. It might be the same one, to be honest.
There it is. Oh, it's moving. Shit.
Oh, like under the tents, man. Like, oh, can you just imagine seeing that under your tent while you're in the tent? Like, oh no, it's not for me. It's not for me. Now again, this obviously isn't something that can be helped, other than the fact that obviously the festival is at a place where snakes live. It just seems like a lot of people have been disappointed this year. Which, I mean, as I said earlier, does seem to be kind of like a reoccurring thing. We see a lot of like videos like this every year. People complain about Coachella and the lack of organization, but it really does feel like this year there's just more than usual. But you know what? I'm sure people are gonna have a great time. There's obviously a bunch of acts on. People's favorite artists might be playing, so people are gonna have a great time regardless. And I obviously hope they do as well. From the prices that I've seen people pay to go to Coachella, it personally wouldn't be for me, but obviously it is for a lot of people. A lot of people love going, so hopefully it is the best time. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. So if you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Also, my girlfriend Emily and I have another channel where we react to like reality shows, play games, just have a laugh on there, you know. So if that interests you and you want to check out the videos, it's always linked in the description. And yeah, until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.